I'm gonna show you in this video how to remove this lower front control arm. So we will start by loosening the stabilizer or the drop link. One bolt out. The second bolt, you can actually make yourself a bit of space here by just pulling on the stabilizer. And that's the drop link out. The next bolt we're gonna undo is the shock bolt here. You're gonna need two 18mm spanners. These are two 18mm bolt and nut. Remove the nut, and I'm going to pull the bolt out. So what I will do is I'm going to bring my transmission jack. I'm going to support this arm a little bit here just to make it a bit easier to remove. Now I'm going to repeat the exact same process here on the right hand side or the driver's side if you're in the UK, and this is in order to, obviously I'm changing both sides, but I want to drop this stabilizer down and rotate it so it's out of the way so I can remove the other arm. Now drop the stabilizer. We need to loosen these bolts a little bit, just so you can slide it without causing any damage to the bush. Again, you don't have to loosen it too much, just a few turns. Same on this side. Just loosen it a few turns. We've left to remove the final bolt here. Put another nut here, and I'm going to hammer on it. Just make sure it's the same thread, the same pitch. And what I will do now is I'm going to give it a whack with the hammer. I hope you can see I've left a bit of a gap between the hub and the nut, so you don't want to tighten it completely because there's no play then. So just enough to loosen this, and this bolt is cone shape, so once I loosen it then I should be able to remove it, hopefully. That's it. So as you can see, we saved the threads and we saved this nut. So I have a brand new set which comes with my Febi kit, and this is handy enough. We can remove this arm without having to take off any more parts. So my ball joint is good. The reason I'm replacing this is because this bush here is worn. So Very quickly, I want to show you a couple of things here. So the reason I'm changing these arms, these bushes here are damaged. I'm going to bring you over closer so you can see the damage. So this is totally destroyed here. As you can clearly see, the rubber is damaged and it's actually pressed on the metal as well. So I have purchased these bushes, but I will make, as I mentioned, I will make a hydraulic press myself. I'm going to weld one and I'm going to press these bushes out. I'm going to replace them with the new ones. The ball joint is absolutely perfect, and this joint here is not bad at all. Yeah, so I will be saving these. Actually, there's a little bit of a tear here, so I've got the bushes. Oh, probably gonna replace this one and this one as well. Now, same damage here as well. So new kit comes with obviously everything ready to install, and this is protector for the threads of the ball joint. And I just want to show you what you get when you buy the Febi kits. So the kit that I have here is this one. So this is 33370. I'm going to put the part numbers in the description. These are not going to be referral links, so I'm not making any money on these parts. Just want to show you the right parts that I'm using. And the beauty of this kit is that it comes with a little bag. The bag has its part numbers also. You can probably sort these separately. So it's 33204. So this is the little bag with bolts. This is all your hardware you need for this job. In fact, there's actually extra things that you don't need here because it's meant for different vehicles. All we need from here is the two big bolts, the two big nuts, and the large one that goes on the ball joint here. Okay, so all you need, this is all spare, so you can put these in the bag and you reuse them for another vehicle if you have to. So let's prepare these as well for installation. The kit comes with the bolts, these two bolts that I have put in place. And these nuts, again, these nuts are not needed, so I'm going to put them away. The part number for the right hand side is 21926. Again, I will put these in the description of the video. And the left hand side is 21924. Now, these parts come with a little arrow that just shows you the direction. So obviously this will face forward. And same on the other side, it has a direction arrow on the part. So the next step is to install these arms on the car, and you've seen obviously the removal. The installation is just in reverse, but I will put a quick time lapse to show you how the installation goes. Now this is an absolutely crucial step. Do not tighten this bush with the vehicle in the air. So I'm going to show you later on, whenever we go to tighten the suspension. I have welded a proper ramp to simulate basically a 4-post lift, where I can put the vehicle, I can roll it back and forth a few times for the suspension to settle, and then I drive it on the ramp and then tighten the suspension with the curb weight of the vehicle on the ground, which means that your bushers are not going to be stressed. If we tighten them now and we put the vehicle on the ground, it means that the bushers will be under stress constantly. So what you want is, when your vehicle is neutral position with the weight on the ground, then you want to tighten the nuts and the bolts. So I'll show you that later on in the step at the very end. But let's continue on with these bolts and then the other side now. Now the only bolt, or sorry, the only nut that you can tighten at this point is this one here. It's a ball joint, so it doesn't really matter at what point you tighten it. It's not going to cause any issues to the suspension. So what I will put is what I will do is I'm going to put a little bit of tension on the suspension, just so I can tighten this nut. I'm not using impact here. I'm just going to do it by hand. This is 18 millimeter. Most of your bolts on the suspension are 18 mil, and then the drop link is 16. Okay, that's plenty tight for me. Now, if you remember what I told you earlier, this is the most crucial part of the whole assembly. You have to tighten the suspension with the vehicle on the ground. That's why I built these steel ramps, because I have a scissor lift and I don't have a 4-post lift. So this is the way you want to do it. In your case, you may have to improvise with something else. So yeah, go ahead and tighten these joints now. So as you remember, we've tightened the ball joint here previously. That doesn't need to be with the weight on the ground, so you can do it up in the air. Now we have this middle joint here with the shock, and the one at the back. I've tightened the stabilizers, the drop links here. I will just check them again, but that's basically what it is. It's as simple as that. Now the next thing to do is, obviously I'm not going to film this, but we're going to go for wheel alignment and make sure that the wheels are properly aligned and the tires are not getting worn inaccurately. So that's one joint here, one there, and then I just checked these drop links just to make sure they're properly tightened. So hopefully you enjoy this, and if you do, please hit the likes button and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.